guys! Today's video is gonna be an anti-haul video. Basically, I'm going to talk about things that I'm not gonna buy that are recently released or really hyped up online. Most of the brands that I'm going to talk about today are the brands that I truly love, but there are just different preferences towards makeup, and these are the products that I personally am not gonna buy. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. I have all the products listed on my phone right here. So the first thing that I'm gonna talk about is the Kat Von D Lolita Blush. I actually went to Sephora and asked them like, when is this blush gonna be available in store, and when I saw the Instagram account Trend Mood posted about it, I was so excited. But when I actually swatched it in store on the day that it launched, it was really out of my expectation, because online when I saw like swatches and stuff, it looks a lot more red and rosy than the actual blush. When I swatched it in store, for me it's way too brown to be a blush. It's not the smoothest powder that I've ever felt in my life. It's really pigmented, the color is actually quite pretty, but it's just a lot more brown than what I thought it would be. So that's a pass for me. I swatched it, but I didn't really like it. So yeah, that's a pass. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette. When I first saw the picture of the palette, it's really right up my alley. It's completely like the collection of colors that I really love. They have like really beautiful red, orange tones, and also a really nice yellow color. It mimics the sunset really well. But when you look at individual colors in the pan, like in the palette, those are actually not that special to me. They are really pretty, like they have really pretty like shimmery, like glittery shade, and also some really nice matte shades. But I think that palette, like those colors, has a lot of alternatives. I really like the yellow shade, but I think with the eyeshadows that I own, I can just go out and purchase a single shadow of yellow, like yellow color. I don't think I need that whole palette, and I can't justify myself to buy a palette that is how much does it cost? I think it's $128. Yeah, I can't justify myself to buy a palette like that with the colors that I actually own. So I skipped that palette. I was really excited when I saw it, but I just can't. $128 for a palette, that's just a no-go for me. So the third thing I'm going to talk about is Too Faced Love Light Prismatic highlighter. They came out with 3 colors. The packaging is really cute. It's like in a heart shape, and the highlighter itself has like crystal cuts. I swatched it in store as well. I was really excited when I saw that highlighter because I thought it looks really cute, and I generally really like Too Faced products. There's one color that I swatched that is actually not that pigmented, or I would say it's not as reflective as I wanted it to be. I really do like subtle highlight, but that one is way too shimmery for a subtle highlighter, but it's not fine and shimmery enough for it to be reflective. So the packaging is really cute, but I just decided not to buy it because the quality of the powder itself is not what I'm looking for. The fourth thing is also from Too Faced, and is also a newer released from them, and it's really popular online, which is their Natural Love Ultimate Neutral Palette. Especially in Hong Kong, I saw a lot of YouTubers who bought that palette. It looks really pretty. They have a lot of colors. I do really like Too Faced eyeshadow, to be honest, but I've never owned any of the chocolate bars because I just didn't find any that I like, but I do really like their small palettes. These big ones, the colors are really pretty, but when you look at those eyeshadows, the colors are so similar and they're nothing that special. It's not special enough for me to go out and buy a big palette like that, especially when the colors are so similar to each other. When you blend it on your eyes, it's gonna all look the same. So I just decided not to buy it, although it looks really pretty, and if you're a collector of eyeshadow palettes, then it will be for you. It looks really nice, but I personally like buying single eyeshadows more than palettes. I don't own that many palettes, so like for me, that eyeshadow palettes just didn't scream my name. So yeah, I swatched it in the store and I decided not to get it. The fifth thing is actually not a single makeup product. It's a makeup line that is recently launched in Sephora. Pretty Vulgar makeup line. I saw the packaging before they released on Sephora. I really do like the packaging. If you like makeup that has really pretty packaging, this makeup line is really gorgeous. I saw YouTubers doing reviews. I saw like blog posts and things about it. There are a lot of hits and misses from this brand. They're not cheap either, although they have really pretty packaging, but I just don't feel it. I just can't justify myself to buy any makeup from this brand. The makeup, like the reviews, are not that good. Like no matter how pretty the back packaging is, I think the most important thing is the quality itself. So when I saw the reviews, I just decided I should control myself and not buy them. And then the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the Urban Decay Naked Heat collection, especially the eyeshadow palette. In my whole life, I've only owned the Naked 2 palette, which I don't know why I bought it because it's all cool tone eyeshadow, which I don't use cool tones eyeshadow. And then I thought about buying the Naked, like the original, but I just don't really like buying eyeshadow palettes. I saw the Urban Decay Naked Heat collection, like the colors, all the colors that I really like reds and like really popular colors right now. But to be honest, same thing with the Natasha Denona palette. Those are just the colors that I've already owned. And the things I don't like about palettes is that there are always shade in the palette that you will never use. And like the lip liners and lipstick, I personally don't really use lip liner. And the lipsticks color, they're really pretty, but they're not that special to me. So the Naked Heat collection in general, they look really pretty, but I think I just own a lot of shades that are really similar that I don't need it. The next thing is from Physicians Formula, which is their butter blushes. I really truly love the butter bronzer, but the butter blushes, I saw them in store and I like researched it a little bit online. The shades are really just typical blushes that you already own. I bet they have a really fantastic formula, just like the butter bronzer, but the blushes just are way too typical blush color that I've owned a lot already. So although I really wanted it, but I just decided to pass on it. The next one is from Nars, which is the soft matte concealer, the ones that in a pot. I truly love the radiant creamy concealer. The soft matte concealer, I heard that it breaks down pretty fast, and when it breaks down, it's not the best concealer for that. It doesn't look that great. Although I really love Nars as a brand and I really like their concealers in the past, this is just a no-go for me. The next one is, I actually skipped one of them on the list, is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I really wanted it in the past when I saw Kathleen Lights talk about it. I swatched it in store. The primer is like a lot like a silicone primer, but much lighter. It's really similar to the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I think that's what it's called. That really expensive primer that everyone loves. For me, I don't find the need for primer. I do have primers that I really like the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. That's one of the best primer that I've ever used. I always look for hydrating primer more than like primer that makes my makeup last because I personally have really dry skin. So as long as the primer moisturizes my skin, or I can just use a moisturizer, that's enough for me. I just don't really believe in primer, and the texture is not my favorite. I feel like it's gonna dry out my skin, so for that reason I didn't buy it at that moment, and I don't think I'm going to. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Kylie Cosmetic summer collection. I've never tried anything from Kylie Cosmetic, but I think this is a brand that I'm gonna try out. I do like their original eyeshadow palette or the burgundy palette. I saw it online, I really wanted it, but I didn't buy it at that moment. Maybe I'll try it in the future. And like, second thing, I don't really like liquid lipsticks, so I've never tried any of them and I don't feel the need to try them. About the summer collection, the colors are really colorful. They even have like a purple liquid lipstick. But I think it looks pretty in the pan, but it's just that the colors that I will never use, so I'll pass on that collection. Maybe I'll try something from Kylie Cosmetic, but I don't think it will be in this collection. I think it's the last thing that I'm gonna talk about today is the MAC Next to Nothing foundation. I was really excited when they announced this collection, but when I tried it in store, the color, the lightest color, is still too dark for me, and it really has zero coverage. It's less coverage than a tinted moisturizer. Then why would I need it? I might buy their powder because I am pretty interested in the Next to Nothing powder because it looks really glowy, but it's gonna set my makeup. So maybe that powder, but definitely not the foundation because it's not like a primer. It's even less coverage than a tinted moisturizer. I just don't feel the need for that foundation. That Next to Nothing foundation, it's really nothing on your skin. You can't see anything. You not even the color, no coverage, and it's really moisturizing. But that's no for me because it's even less coverage than a tinted moisturizer. Come on. Next to Nothing foundation is definitely not a foundation to me, and it's not a primer, it's not a tinted moisturizer. I don't know what it is. That concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. My social media will be linked down below, and all the things that I mentioned today will also be down in the description box. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!